Hey everybody, I'm Bucky749, aka the American Samurai. Welcome to the first episode of Solomon Kane Times. I want to give a shout out to the inspiration for the show, Michael K. Vaughan and his show, The Robert E. Howard Show. I'll admit I've read some Conan. I wasn't a fan of Conan, but watching his show and hearing him talk about different characters, specifically about Solomon Kane, got me interested. Heard the first story, Stars and Skulls. I just read it, so I should know this. It's the name of the episode, crying out loud. Skulls and the Stars. Yeah, I just read it. I already know it, and that got me curious. I listened to the audio version of it. Went to the library, requested this particular version of it. So I tell Solomon Kane. Recently read the first story, so this is going to be me chronicling my first reading of it. If you're wondering who the character is, you're probably going to see different characters cosplaying as Solomon Kane, just so I can make it different for each one. So the first character is literally just that, a cosplayer. And she is cosplaying specifically from the swamp in Skull and Stars. She has the wheel flintlock, she has the rapier. So like right before Kane meets the creature. So this is our debut story where we first meet Solomon Kane. We know that Kane had strong Christian beliefs, as pretty much established right from the get-go. What do you want to say? He believes that he was put on earth to fight evil. He believes that is his calling. That is why God put him here. That is what he's here for. You know, everyone's telling Kane, Kane's leaving the night. He's told to take this one path. Don't take a swamp. Or he's told to take the swamp and not take this other path. Because there's old miser living there, but he won't refuse him if Kane decides to rest the night and everything. He's like, no, this path's shorter, but this boy's like, no, don't take that path, because there's this creature that's attacking people and almost come back alive. But Kane's like, yeah, I'll be fine, it's not. But then, as Kane's going down this path, he just screams, so Kane's like, trouble. So Kane, put himself on like, this religious Superman. He's like, I've got to go do something. He finds this guy murdered, and then he pulls out his sword, and he gets his gun ready, and like, come at me. Yeah, I was tempted to say bro there for a second, but yeah, he doesn't say bro, but he's like, I'm ready. And this spirit comes at him, and they're fighting. And he's not really sure at the end of it why he survives the way he does. There's spoilers warning. There's going to be spoiler warning, so if you want to read this story, I would pause now and come back later. At the end of the battle, the spirit whispers something to him. They were told, actually before this battle, Kane was told about the miser who lives there, who lived with the maniac cousin, a weird cousin who wandered into the swamp and never came back. Well, it turns out the spirit that he tangled with was actually that maniac cousin. And during the battle, when it faded away, the thing is, they fought so long that it became daylight. The spirit led him to the tree where the skeleton was, and essentially revealed these truths to him. And the spirit told him the only way he can be at rest is for him to take out the person that killed him, which was this miser who had mistreated him and was cruel to him and everything. So Solomon Kane gathers up everybody, gets the miser, and ties him and says, the only way that everyone can be safe and everyone can rest is essentially for him to have for this poor mistreated soul to finally have his vengeance. You know, he's not happy about sentencing this guy to death, but he says it's the only way, you know. And Miller says, I think at the end of it, what was I supposed to say here? Nay, sir, one of the visitors spoke, you have done the will of God, and good alone shall come of this night's work. Nay, answered King Heavenly, I know not, I know not. Yeah, so Kane's a hero, but he's a hero with a lot of convictions. He essentially believes himself sort of a tool of God. He's here to fight evil. But sometimes even he's not happy about some of the things he has to do. Overall, I think it was a really good story. I've read it, I've heard it, and I've read it. I've heard it once and I've read it once. And I still really enjoy it. I look forward to some of the other stories. I look forward to the other stories in the series. I've heard that Kane changes throughout the stories. I want to thank Michael Vaughan for inspiring me to do this series. And I'm going to continue my explorations through the Robert E. Howard's Kane series. What I'm going to try and do each time I finish a Solomon Kane story is give my thoughts and reviews on it. So I've given you a review. I give it a 5 out of 5. Now my thoughts. I really enjoyed this story. This is the second time I've gone through it. Still enjoyed it as much as the first. And I hope I enjoy the others just as much. So yeah, that was my review of Solomon Kane, Skull and Stars, 5 out of 5. Wonderful short story. I want to thank Michael K. Vaughan for bringing this story to my attention, because I didn't know about Solomon Kane until he brought it to my attention. So comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon for new. I hope you enjoy my thoughts and further adventures in the Times of Solomon Kane. This is a library book, so we're going to see how far I can get through this. And when I return this book, that'll be the end of Series 1. So we'll see how far I get through the Times of Solomon Kane. The Savage Tales of Solomon Kane, which I'm calling the Times of Solomon Kane. And like I said, each one is going to be a different person. It's either going to be a person or Frankenstein cosplaying some scene from the book. It's going to be the photo. So yeah, stay tuned for more Times of Solomon Kane.